how to make use of recycle, how to make reuse of things. I mean, in their daily lives also. They did not change the part. Let them become employable assets and get good jobs. No problem in that. In fact, they have to. They have to be practical also. I'm
Yes.
also doing the same. I'm working. But yeah, minor modifications in terms of what how we can do this. Think like an innovator. Some minor changes that you can, maybe your subject, I'm not very sure how you can work with that. There must be some ways, but economics is certainly, social science subjects have a greater, I think, I just think, maybe I'm wrong, but they can have a greater impact on minds. So social science like economics and psychology, you can start
Yeah,
telling
it
them.
is related to life. Yeah,
Your
that.
name is Anand Raj, right?
Yes, I am Anand Raj.
Hi Anand. I think this is the first time we are interacting on Clapingo.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, great. So I mean, what brings you here on Clappingo? What are you looking for?
I love talking with people. I love conversation. So
Okay,
because of it, I'm here.
great. So, how many sessions have you completed on Clappingo, and what sort of conversations have you generally had with the speakers?
Like around 200 sessions and
Oh,
like
okay.
all kinds of sessions, right? Whatever topic is, I like to talk about it.
Okay, so 200 sessions you have completed on Clappingo. Quite a few. That's a whole lot of sessions.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
whole lot of sessions.
So, I believe that you are enjoying your time on Clappingo. You're getting to learn also to have completed so many sessions.
Yeah, I'm enjoying, and because if I would not enjoy, then I would be not here for 200 sessions. Yeah.
Exactly my point. All right. So, Anand, tell me a little bit more about yourself. This being our first session, so just give me a quick introduction.
As you know, my name is Anand Raj. I'm a teacher. I teach chemistry,
Mhm.
and I love to travel. I love to listening audiobooks, and I'm
Okay,
keen interested in everything in this universe. So yeah, sometimes
great.
my biggest hobby nowadays, my biggest hobby is sitting somewhere silently,
Mhm.
doing nothing, just watching my thought and ideas. Yeah,
That's nice. Okay. And how long have you been teaching?
it has been 6 years now.
6 years. And what level do you teach in? Is it school level or junior college level, 11, 12 standard, or higher up?
No, they are high school students and 11, 12 standard students.
Okay, nice. Do you like teaching as well, or is it's just a profession for you to make a living?
Yes, I kind of it is profession for me make for to make a living. But yes, I was interested in chemistry, so
Mm-hmm.
I had to make money. So I thought, it would be good to teach chemistry because I'm capable of doing this work.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from this, yes, if you talk about like my passion, then I think it is traveling.
Okay. Hmm. Teaching is not really your passion, but it is more, you look at it uh, more
It
as a
is
profession.
it is kind of passion, but it is also profession for me because
Hmm. No,
yes,
of course it is.
yes,
No, but then the
but
question is that many a times, so if you ask anyone what do, they will tell you what they do professionally, what they do to earn a living. It may not necessarily be a passion for them. So, but
understand.
sometimes it is. Like if you
Hmm.
ask me, teaching is both my passion, and thankfully I've converted my passion into my profession. But that's not the case with all. Like you rightly pointed out, passion is traveling.
Hmm.
Teaching is, perhaps it is, passion is either there or not there.
Okay,
Okay.
I got
You can
yeah.
say that I like teaching. There's a
Hmm.
difference between that. So you can, of course, you like teaching 6 years. It's been a while. But
Yeah, I like teaching. And
mm,
when I had started teaching, it looked like, I'm going to teach for my whole life. Yeah,
mhm,
since then I had a kind of mentality that I want to travel around the world. But I
right.
thought, I can do both thing hand in hand. But right
Mm-hmm,
now I feel like, yes, it is just a kind of earning a living for me because I feel like it's chemistry and so many subjects. And I
right.
made them a robot, like people are getting robot every day.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So that's why I do not feel like doing any worthwhile work right now. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Because see,
When I
Anand,
would start touching the innermost
right.
core of the students or human beings, then I would think, yes, I am teaching. Yes. It
Absolutely.
is kind of
Completely
I'm
agree
teaching
with
them
you.
to earning a living, nothing
Right.
else.
Right. I completely agree with you on that. Teaching has greater scope for someone who is a teacher to touch the lives of their students. It has greater scope. Think about a job, IT field. Where is the scope to really touch the inner being of your clients or whoever you may be servicing? There is hardly any scope. But as a teacher, if you really want to make a difference, you can. Keeping aside your subject, if you really want to, you will find ways to really help your students. For instance, I teach economics. Uh, where is the scope really? If I really only teach economics, there is again for me also, there is no scope really to make a big difference. I am also sort of, like you said, creating not really robots, I would say, but yeah, they are. I'm teaching at the MBA level, so they are looking for job. I help them to get that, and that's about it. But if I want, which I have done, I have stepped aside from my teaching, and I've tried to make sure that they are from my side, how much ever is possible. Um, they become a responsible citizen. They think sympathetically. That is not economics. That's something that so if you, what my point is that if you really want to, you can always find a way. These are just excuses, I feel. But
Yes, I have tried and I'm trying, I'm doing
good,
it, right?
good.
But
Because
I,
teaching, I would tell you, Anand, teaching is one profession where there is a scope to make a change. I mean, think about other professions apart from, so think about other professions which are not really, I mean, they are in the service industry, but using a lot of technology to deliver their service. So anyway, the work is such that there is a lot of cut off. You have to be cut off from your clients. In teaching, we are quite connected anyway to our students with regard to the subject. So that gives us a platform to connect. We just have to go a little beyond perhaps sometimes. And you can make a difference. Even to one
yes,
student, that's a big difference.
yeah, you are true. But I think right now the way society has been
Hmm.
structured, it is very
That is
difficult
true.
to break it, right? So you
Right.
have to be
That I
different
agree.
to
Hmm.
let them think beyond some boundaries and
That is
limits.
true.
Otherwise, if you are in this profession and if you are trying to convince a student, they're not going to convince because they have their society is teaching, their family is eager enough
Mhm.
to just earn living for it, right? So,
Absolutely. See, it is. I completely. I'm with you on that. That there is a structure and a cycle which the society has created. You study, and mainly it is about earning money and your materialistic well-being. So that I completely agree with. See, I also admit I teach at the MBA master's level. If I tell them that you don't have to even do MBA, you can get a very good job right after your graduation. How many will do MBA? Hardly any, because they are. I know that they are not doing it for the sake of learning, for the sake of having in-depth knowledge about a subject. No, they are uh, studying it because they want to become an employable assets to the society. So I know that very well. What I meant was that at our basic level, I mean, we should try. We should not stop trying. Is what I'm attempting to say here. A little bit. I mean, how much ever is possible. It's very difficult to break the chain. I know because they have that mentality already instilled by their families and the society, like you pointed out. So, but then, like they say, that every drop is valuable to create an ocean, right? So a little bit
exactly.
of effort here and there is useful. As teachers, we should think like that. If we
Yes,
stop
I
thinking,
agree.
right? I
Some
agree.
wise people from society will not choose a different path and he will not go in different way
Hmm,
until the society is not going to think
hmm,
about, right?
hmm,
If
hmm,
I'm
hmm,
in this profession, I'm trying to do the same work. Yeah, I know I can change some people, but I'm not going to do this work as big extent as I want to. I want
hmm,
to
hmm.
scale up it. So when I'm going to establish something new, I'm going to put a pressure in their brain that I have left this path and I've joined
Hmm.
different path
No,
and
but then
I'm
Anand,
happy. And
by change, I did not mean that you change the path of the person completely. Minor changes in their personalities. For instance, I mean, I'm taking into account my subject, economics. So in economics, the basic idea of the subject is that people, and it's a very relevant one in today's times, I feel it is even more relevant, that we have some limited resources. I mean, economy has some limited, we meaning the individuals in the economy have some limited means, resources, which we have to use to the optimum. That is what economics is. That to get the maximum out of the minimum. Uh, so I mean, in that regard, I can teach my students to be less wasteful, how to make use of recycle, how to make reuse of things. I mean, in their daily lives also. They did not change the part. Let them become employable assets and get good jobs. No problem in that. In fact, they
Mhm.
have to. They have to be practical also. I'm
Yes.
also doing the same. I'm working. But yeah, minor modifications in terms of what how we can do this. Think like an innovator. Some minor changes that you can, maybe your subject, I'm not very sure how you can work with that. There must be some ways, but economics is certainly, social science subjects have a greater, I just think, maybe I'm wrong, but they can have a greater impact on minds. So social science like economics and psychology, we can start
Yeah,
telling
it
them.
is related to life. Yeah, that's why.
So yeah,
And if
true.
when I'm going to teach them chemistry, like
Hmm.
it is everything is not
Correct.
like practical there, right? So they cannot
Correct. Hmm.
understand practically it. Just they
Hmm.
have
Hmm.
to think and imagine about it. But while you are
Right.
teaching social science and
Yes,
psychology,
it
yeah,
has
we
an
can
impact
perceive
over.
it. Yes.
True. True. Yes. Anyway, so I'm good to have these discussions, because you are also a teacher coming from that background, and I've been teaching for 13 years now. So I often feel that, I mean, I don't know, teachers should keep trying, but yeah, society keeps changing. It is 10 years down the line. Who knows? Society might want entrepreneurs more, people who can give back to society and not the profit makers. Communication and teaching, mainly when you teach your students, what is
It, I teach them in English, but I make them understand in Hindi because this is
okay.
a small city of Bihar. A small,
Hmm.
not right now. It is getting big city, famous
Where
city
are you
of
exactly located?
Bihar. City Darbhanga. It is in Bihar, and
Okay. Hmm.
so so yeah, I'm teaching them in English, but the mode of communication is Hindi and English both. So right
Both.
now, yes, I most of the time I communicate in English.
And what about your colleagues and other co-workers that you interact with? It's in Hindi.
Hindi, yeah, it's Hindi.
Okay, right. So I think this is a good platform for you to have a practice of speaking in English through and through, no? Right from the start till the end. It's a complete conversation in English that you can have here. Good.
Yes, complete conversation in English. Right now, I can discuss with some people that I couldn't find
Right.
all around my society and
Hmm.
locality. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Hmm.
both things is going
That's
hand in
nice.
hand.
Right. So you said that you have a passion for traveling. Sorry. So which places have you been to within the country? Like, have you traveled a lot through the length and breadth of the country?
Yes, I have been to many states. Like I have been to UP, like West Bengal. Yeah, I have traveled Nepal once. So yes,
Okay,
I have
nice.
been traveling.
What do you? So how do you prefer? What are your preferences in traveling? As in, do you like to travel solo, or it depends on the destination? Uh, in that you would, whether you would travel solo or not. Does it depend on the destination that you're going to, or what is it?
No, 99% of time I travel solo,
Oh,
and
okay.
because uh, I love freedom, kind of, freedom while I'm traveling. So when
Mm-hmm.
I'm solo, I have freedom. I know
Right.
there are advantages and disadvantages of solo traveling and traveling in groups.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, I love adventures, and solo traveling is more adventurous than group traveling.
Right.
So I love it.
Mm. Correct. Also, yeah, with group traveling, when you're traveling with a group, like you said, that you have to take into account the preferences of other people also. Suppose you want to go for an adventure, but others don't, so you have to find a common ground, because and suppose others have a drastic, I mean, the preferences that others have are quite drastically different from what you want. Suppose they want to visit some religious place, so a religious place cannot really be an place for adventure. So yeah, group traveling has its own issues. But then, when you talk about traveling within India, what are some basic challenges that you have faced, especially when you're traveling solo?
See, I haven't faced any problem in India.
Mhm.
I think, yeah, everywhere I was comfortable.
Okay, that's good.
But sometimes, because of lots of problem in train cancellation and lots of other stuff,
Last minute changes.
yeah. So this
Right,
was the
right.
only problem that I had faced. But
Then
apart from
how long in advance do you start planning for your travel, or is it mostly uh, not last minute, I would say, but because there are many people I've seen, they don't plan a lot. I mean, just a few days ahead of their actual travel. But there are people like me who like to plan out a lot and check out all the options and recheck and all those things. So how much
no,
of that you do?
no, I'm kind of you know,
Spontaneous.
yes, like a spontaneous. Whenever I want, I go out for traveling. I have to not think too much. I have to not plan. Yeah, because plan. If I would have start planning, definitely I'm gonna spoil my plan by thinking a lot. So yeah,
Okay.
I want to be
Mm,
spontaneous.
that's nice. To each his own. People have different preferences, but good. I mean, at least you enjoy something, and traveling really is actually a good uh, activity to do because it sort of broadens your perspective also. The only thing is glitch is finding that much of time, finding uh, if you are going with someone, the right companion, or if you're going solo, it has its own, like we agreed upon, some problems. So if you are to have settled those problems, then it's okay. It's a good, really good thing to do. Right.
Mm.
Uh, so Anand, I think we are heading. Are we heading towards the end of this?